Hello, everybody. I went ahead and pulled your cards ahead of time, and we have a soulmate situation here that is not something about either you or them are not very responsive right now. You might not be in contact, and you feel like this is creating a major dilemma, and you don't really know what action to take. Do you move forward? Do you back off? Do you give up? Do you keep trying to make things better? What do you do? And it could be that they are ignoring you or that you have run out of steam for this because there's a detachment here or a lack of connection here. But notice with the soulmate card, this penguin has a keyhole in her heart and the soulmate is holding the key. And I feel like that's important to take note of. So next what we're going to do is we're going to pull some cards to determine how do we get out, how do we clarify this? The Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is about having an impossible decision to make. You can't see enough to know what to do because see how the woman there is blindfolded. So we're going to ask, what action do we need to take here to know what to do? What information do we need? All right, that fell right on top of the Two of Swords, so I think that is part of our answer here. So we have the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Swords is about wanting to fix things from a mental perspective. So using your mind must really be ruminating on this a lot, and something may have happened that made your mind start to racing mind. You know, this card comes up a lot when we feel like we need to fix something right now, and we're coming at it from a strategic standpoint, but also an impulsive standpoint. You can see that guy has his eyes on a target, and he is racing toward that target. So let's ask our oracle cards for some advice as well on how to handle this. The never-ending story. Look, she looks exhausted. And notice with the hourglass, the words on it. Yes. No, yes, no, yes, no. Do I choose love or do I choose me? And I think that that's a pretty clear answer to our question about what the Two of Swords is about. Do you wait to see if your soulmate can unlock your heart? Are they willing to do it? Or are you doing all the work and not getting anything in return? So sometimes soulmate relationships can actually have an origin story in a past life. And that means you weren't necessarily always soulmates. You had a beginning to your journey. And when we have a soul connection with someone, we end up often having an entire journey spanning more than one lifetime. And when this happens, sometimes as we evolve, we realize that our evolutionary journeys aren't necessarily in sync anymore like they used to be. So what we need to do is kind of come to a karmic round table and meet with all your different soul aspects and spirit guardians and guides and take a look at what your priorities are for your soul, what karmic branches can you trim off so that you can move forward unburdened. Okay? So let's pull these aside and we're going to meet at that round table here and we're going to see what is the consensus here for us. We have the Seven of Pentacles, so you've been spending a lot of time kind of thinking about this and tending to this energetically, but you're not sure, like, is this actually going to bear the fruit that I want? Sometimes Seven of Pentacles is about waiting. We have the reverse Five of Pentacles. You you're not meant to be in lack. That's what I pick up there. So yeah, this is a clarifier. This is what you're ruminating on, is this lover situation. And this is also about making a decision, like which pathway am I going to take? When you break this card down into a astral journey, you see these two pathways here. One is fire, one bears fruit. Okay? It's also about a choice because Eve is there. So that's Adam and Eve, And Eve has to decide, what am I going to do? And then this is a card of conservation, being conservative. So pulling back, don't eat the fruit. Pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back. Okay? So this is from a guide that wants to tend to your emotions. Let's see what they say. Clean it up. Wow, that's clear as day, isn't it? It's time to clean up all the mess. You're not. Your soul is not meant to be in this Five of Pentacles state, and so you're going to need to cut that tie, guide. The guides say you need alignment, and whatever this karmic situation is, it needs to end. It needs to end. We have the Knight of Pentacles. That's slow, steady progress and grounded offers. You need a grounded offer. You don't need to be in limbo perpetually. So our guides are saying that they have one last message here before we wrap up. So we're going to pull from the Oracle deck again. We have flexible. Flexible. So what this is saying is your life is meant to be fun. If acrobats were rigid, they would break their back. So you don't want to be rigid, okay? You want to, look at this, go to sea. And she looks a little sad. She's looking down. You want to be flexible enough to know that you don't necessarily know all the answers, but you know you have to take care of yourself, even if it means a little bit of isolation. And then once you've moved away from the situation, you can look back and know what to build with the building blocks. And who knows, maybe your soulmate will circle back around once you're over here. The guys just gave me this vision of this outdoor terrain with hills everywhere. And it's like your soulmate is on a different hill than you now. Once you complete this, you can still see each other from the top of the hill. So, life is a game in some ways. And being flexible means that you can explore new territory and not be worried about the consequences because you trust your inner guidance. That's what this is about. And your soulmate will find their path. If their path is with you, they'll meet you over here where you're ready to build. So you don't have to slow down for them. Okay? Hopefully this is clear to everyone. Here we are. Here we are again. So it really was fun to read for you guys, and I'm so glad you could be here and hope you really enjoyed today's reading. If you need any additional guidance, you can find my link in the description below to book a reading with me. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.